Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Before we start off with anything, we keeping it real around here. These glasses broke and I don't feel like putting my contacts in right now. So we're here being here. I'm working right now, so I might have to pause the video and then continue it. But I want to get this going so we can move on to life and get this chapter over with and just move on. We leave for Florida in like 4 or 5 days. I have so much good content coming. I want to get over this sad, scary content. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I want to get to editing this and get it over with. So I'm going to start from the very beginning, but I'm going to give you guys my results of finding a couple knots on my boobies, getting the results, and getting a biopsy done. So let's take it just way back from where it first started. I've always had this knot under my boob that, see, I'm gonna have to already do this stuff. Sorry guys. Please ask tech to read T2 images. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I've always had this knot since I was 14 on my armpit, and it's always been like an extra boob. I've had like 2 ultrasounds done on it, now 3. When I got pregnant with Tressie, it just never went away. I wasn't really concerned about it because I've already had so many ultrasounds, but I got a knot on this side of my boob, on my left side, that I felt, and it was really tiny. I kind of ignored it, it went away, and then I felt it again like a couple weeks later. They say when they come and go that they're cysts, so I thought it was coming and going. So when I went in to my doctor, I explained it, she felt it, was moving it around, it was movable, it was at a good size, and it was like no grainy filling stuff around it. My blood pressure is 130/88, and my pulse is 130, so I'm a little nervous, so it's high. She's coming in to check me. So my doctor, my primary doctor, told me she doesn't think it's anything, but if I want to go ahead and get an ultrasound done, we can. So she went to go put in my ultrasound. As I was walking out, she was like, oh yeah, once you turn 35, you have to go get an MRI. You have to go get a mammogram. So I was like, ugh, do I really want to do this then? But I was like, fine. I was so terrified of the mammogram. And if you watch my other videos, you'll know that I say they are completely nothing. Nothing to ever be worried about. I've always been so terrified to get a mammogram. Heard all the horror stories, and it was nothing. Nothing to ever be scared of. So if you have to get a mammogram done, do not be scared. Your breast goes right here.
This is your breast. This is the compression pedal. It does not slam down on your breast like people say. Stop sharing the horror stories of this hurting so bad. Compression pedal. There's a minimum compression that I have to get to, but I can do it with your help. You help me and I help you, and we'll get your picture. I need 4, sometimes more, depends on what I can get, and then you're out of here. I can usually get my patients out in less than 5 minutes. Works out if you're a good tech.
And my boobs were also kind of hurting, so when you Google stuff, it says like when your boobs are tender and hurting and you find a lump, and so I was in my head for sure. She also told me that I will still have to get an ultrasound afterwards, and I got my mammogram done. I had to go wait in the waiting room. She went and talked to the doctor. She kept coming back, the tech kept coming back and talking to me and like asking me questions and stuff like that, and I just had this bad feeling that something's going on. So we go to the ultrasound room. She was like, yeah, we're gonna go do an ultrasound. And she was looking through and just like staring deep into the computer, and I just had this feeling, this bad feeling. So I was like, so did you guys find something? She's like, yeah, we found 2 masks. And I'm like, what? 2 masks? She was like, actually, this one's just your breast tissue that has gone in your armpit. That one's fine, but we found one here, and then we found the one that I pointed out. And I was just like terrified. She said, and just to be aware, the radiologist will come in afterwards and do his own exam. That's just how we do it no matter what, so don't be alarmed by it. So she's doing that, and I'm already in my head. She walks out to go get the radiologist. I'm by myself, and I just start bawling, like thinking the worst. And he comes in and he sees me bawling. He's like, you're getting to yourself, aren't you? And I was like, oh yeah. And he's just looking at the screen too, and he said he'll talk to me afterwards, and that just scared the crap out of me, him saying that. He was like, so we do see 2 masks. We're gonna write down what it is. I actually threw the paper away right now, but if I have it, I'll pop it up. It's like fibro something. I knew it was coming. There's just like no way around it. I know I have breast cancer. Cancer runs in our family. My great aunt had breast cancer, and I almost just put it in my head that I have breast cancer. They told me they are pretty sure it's not breast cancer, that the doctor's pretty good on what he does. but there's still that chance you have to get it biopsied. So 3 weeks go by and I finally get into my appointment for my biopsy, and I go in and I get that done. I was sick to my stomach, you guys, like terrified to do this, but just had to be tough. And those 3 weeks of waiting, I was in my head. 1 minute I was like, yeah, I'm dying, and 1 minute I was like looking at my kids at night, crying all night long, like thinking about leaving them and them not getting, and Trusty so little and her forgetting me, and like, thank God I do all these YouTube videos because then my kids can look back on these videos, and all the stuff was running through my head. So I'm going into this biopsy and they don't tell you a week later. So you go in and you're like, you're waiting for them to either call, but they also told me it would come onto my chart, my medical chart, before they call me, and it would take a week. I did mine on Thursday and Monday came along. They told me the weekend didn't count, but Monday came along and that email popped up that I had something in my chart with my test results. And I was eating Taco Bell, and all of a sudden I just felt like puking it all up, and my nerves got to me where I had all my kids around me and I was trying to hold it in, and I was texting my family and telling them, but I told them I can't open it. My cousin is RN. She's pretty much a freaking doctor with how smart she is. She always tells me everything when I have something worried about me, and it's always right what she said, what she thinks it is. But she kept questioning me about this, and I kept thinking she must know that something's really wrong with me, because she's been worried about this. And she was like, just let me read it. And then I started thinking, you know what, if I'm gonna let someone read it and tell me my future and tell me my whatever I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna let my cousin tell me. I let her I feel like crying, not gonna now, I don't know why. So I was like, you can go ahead and read it and then you could tell me. So I gave her all my login information, and I told myself I was just gonna let the nurse tell me, but I knew I couldn't wait all night. And she wrote me back, and I'll put up the message, and it says, she said, not cancer, woohoo, or something like that. And I just broke down, like, almost all that stuff I've been bottling in went away. Like, I was holding it all in and so worried for so long, for 3 weeks. And I knew I had this vacation coming up, and I didn't want to go on vacation feeling sad, but I also have all my kids going with me, even Gracie, that I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go on this vacation and I'm going to enjoy my time with my kids regardless. So basically it's not cancer. And then the next day I was still in my head like, what if she's not right? Like, what if it's wrong? So the next day the doctor the doctor, tech, whoever, she called me and confirmed it, and was so happy. So yeah, I don't have any nasty C words inside my body. So happy, I'm so relieved, like, can't thank God enough. Like, it's so freaking amazing. I know I got so many loved ones watching over me and keeping me safe and letting me be here for my kids. I also my camera was broke at the time, so I couldn't record anything. I record later on that day on my phone. I don't know if I'll put it in here or not, because I was such a mess at that time. If I do, I'll pop it in. Hi guys, don't mind me. Look at me, I look like a total mess. Oh well, no. I just want to show you guys my little healing journey and tell you guys a little story. This card Addie got me the day I found out that I'm gonna have to have a biopsy done because of the bumps they found in my body. And I went to go read it, and I got really emotional, and I told her I won't read it until I get good news. My camera is broken, I have to get it fixed, hopefully before Florida. So hopefully this weekend. So we're on my phone, so if the quality's bad and the volume, sorry. So I get to read the card, you guys. That means I got good news. So today my results came in, and it came in at 4 something. I got the notification, and the doctor's office closes at 5, so I knew it wouldn't be till tomorrow I will know my results. Now, they warned me, do not read the results because it will say stuff that I won't understand and all this stuff. So I was like, I'm not gonna read the results. I'll wait till tomorrow and let them tell me. But my heart was racing. I was actually about to eat and I almost threw up. So I texted my cousin who's a nurse, and she was like, let me log in for you and read the results. So I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and do that. And right away she texted me, not cancer, and I lost it, like completely broke down and couldn't even breathe. Yeah, and that's just how my day went, because I am so relieved and happy, you guys. But that's, like I said, now I get to read this card finally, and see what it says, and yeah. I was like, I need an update, but I really wanted to wait for my camera to come in, my new camera, but I also wanted it to be my raw feelings. And also, if you do remember, Addie got me this card and these flowers the next day or the same day that I found out that I did have mass inside my boobs and that they were going to do a biopsy for cancer. She got me this card and this flowers, and I told her I wouldn't read this card until I got my results back and got good news.
Okay guys, so the camera died.
It died?
Yeah, the camera died.
So what about it?
Okay, so look what I got for you.
I had a feeling. A cheery hello. Love you, Mom. I can't do that right now.
Okay, whatever.
I gotta get food. I wouldn't want to cry while I go get food.
Yeah, you're right.
So that night, I was so excited I got to read this card. And I think I tried to read it on camera and end up being just a mess. Just in case, I'm going to reread it now. And it says, I love you, Mom. I know you're having some ups and downs with work and with some other things, but you're going to get through it no matter what. I'd be your #1 supporter in all of it, and you're doing amazing. I love you so much, and you're going to get through this. Love, Addie. P.S. You're a very strong woman. And then it just says, hope every little thought this brings adds sunshine to your day and brightens every hour in the very nicest way. Also, that Sunday, we did that last video. I was just trying to spend quality time with my kids. We went to Chuck E. Cheese and just before I got the news. It was super scary, but we got through it, and I'm just very thankful. Like I said, God can knock me down. Just wait till my kids are grown. I don't want to leave my babies. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the update, and all is good. Now we can move on to going to freaking Florida, enjoying life. I do have some other videos that are gonna come up, but I wanted to get this out of the way, give my update, and move on. Yeah, so I love you guys so much, and I will see you again next time. Bye.